So it seems that we got what we wanted. The FOMC meeting came out yesterday and they said that they are not going to increase the basis rates anymore. However, Bitcoin didn't pump and we were looking forward to it. And many people said that, okay, if they don't increase the basis rates, everything will go bananas. That's what I said as well. However, I also pointed out yesterday that we could see kind of a dip, we could see some lower lows before we start to go bananas. So let's see what Jerome Powell said yesterday, what is the plan and how the market reacted, and what are the long-term goals for Bitcoin and for EGLD. We will sprinkle it with EGLD. Some charts, some graphs, just to know what to expect in the near future, so we wouldn't panic, because right now institutions are accumulating, the big ones. We can show that. And if they are buying and they are gaining exposure, that could only mean one thing. Sooner or later, they will announce that they also bought Bitcoin. So let's start. So let's start with the Federal release. As you can see on the screen right now, here is the press release from the Federal Reserve issues FOMC statement. And in this whole paper, it is brief, but it is also very important. There are two things which are needed to be highlighted. One is that unemployment rate has remained low, inflation remains elevated. Obviously, 4% is not low. 4% is not low, 2% is good. Okay, 2% is the one which they are targeting. And they also pointed out here that the committee seeks to achieve maximum employment and inflation at the rate of 2%. I don't know if these two are possible to be achieved together, but yeah, that's the target. Okay, we always need to have like a bigger target in order to achieve something near there. In support of these goals, the committee decided to maintain the target range for the federal funds rate at 5 to 5.25%. Now, what that means? It means that they are not going to go higher with the rates. It means that if we look at this chart, this is going to go flat. Exactly what happened before we entered this part of the federal rate hikes, meaning that they will not increase it anymore. We entered this plateau and now we are waiting to see how the market reacts. So far, it is not bullish, obviously, but usually it is not. We still need to see where the market is going. Now we are going to be in fear until the next CPI reading, because they said that they are going to increase it furthermore if it's needed, and they are going to monitor closely the CPI reading and the inflation in the upcoming months. So if they need to start again the interest rate hikes, they will do so and they will increase it by 0.5%. So let me translate this to you. Okay, they will not say it out loud that, okay, right now we are just preparing to reduce the interest rates. I think they tortured a lot the banks, they tortured a lot the market, the companies. They just need to get out of this somehow. Okay, they will release the economy. Okay? They will decrease the interest rates next year because the elections are coming up, and that is what I'm saying for a year now. Okay, that is what I am preaching, that in 2024 with the elections, with everything, there is just no way that they are going to tighten the economy. Now they are preparing to set it loose, just slowly, because they just can't, I don't know, stop everything they do and say that, okay, yeah, we kind of achieved what we wanted, not really, but kind of, so now you can run again, and in 2-3 years we start tightening again. That is not how it works. They will need to just give a bit more and a bit more every 3 months. Therefore, I am 100% sure that they will start the decrease of the interest rates somewhere in Q3, Q4. Okay, if in the next 3 months the inflation doesn't run away, meaning that everything still goes down and we have like a tamed market, I am 100% sure that they will start to decrease the interest rates. That is what I'm thinking. But let's go forward and see what is happening in the background, because in the background we have some interesting news, and that is that BlackRock, Bank of America and Fidelity, they are buying Bitcoin. Not exactly Bitcoin, because they know that if they would just announce that they buy Bitcoin over the counter and it appears on their balance sheet, the price of Bitcoin would just go bananas, as I recently like to call the rally and the bull market. But they are increasing their exposure to Bitcoin more and more. And what is that? That is shares, stocks of MicroStrategy. As you can see, BlackRock fund advisors increased their exposure by 1.85%. They own 6.24% of MicroStrategy. Bank of America 2.37% and Fidelity 1%. Now, just to give you this in numbers in US dollars, MicroStrategy has 140,000 bitcoins. That is, I don't know how much is it, $25,000. That is $3.5 billion times 0.06, and that is $210 million. Okay, so right now BlackRock has $210 million worth of Bitcoin, which is not small but also not big. In the end, they are a $10 trillion asset management company. I don't know if they are at 10. I think they are at 8 right now. However, it is visible that they are increasing their exposure. And I think Bank of America is even more interesting because they increased their exposure by 470x. Okay, that's how much they increased their exposure. They just started to buy MicroStrategy stocks because they just know that the bull market will restart, and that is the most bullish indicator you can find on the internet. Okay, Bank of America is buying Bitcoin shares. I know it's MicroStrategy shares, but it's literally almost Bitcoin. Okay, so if Bitcoin goes down, MicroStrategy shares also go down. So pretty good, pretty nice. But how the chart looks like, what we can expect in the upcoming weeks, months. Now, first of all, Bitcoin just broke this important support. That is not very bullish, obviously. And yes, if we confirm this something like this, then we can expect a lower low, maybe even a head and shoulders. We might even go to 16,000. I don't want to scare anyone. However, in this period of time when the interest rates are flat and we don't know what is going to happen, and when they start to decrease, usually there is a crash. Now the thing is that S&P 500 right now is rallying. Okay, for example, just to give you an example, Germany is at all-time high. S&P 500 is very close to all-time high, is at 4,300 and something, and it came back from 3,600. That is a 40%. It's huge for a short period of time. So right now the media says to everyone that you should buy stocks and you should buy S&P 500. Obviously the media, the Facebook, CNBC, everyone also said to buy Bitcoin when Bitcoin was at $64,000, and after that it crashed down. Now, what can I say? Whatever the media says, do the opposite. That's what I'm doing. Right now I'm not touching any stocks because they just rallied, they went up, they just too hot, they are hot. Right now Bitcoin is consolidating. Right now Bitcoin is in a correction. Not talking about altcoins like EGLD, Matic, Injective, Solana. So yeah, we have plenty of small altcoins, obviously. Ethereum, which just crashed back to $1,600. It came out from this long uptrend, which is obviously showing how Bitcoin will perform, which could mean that Bitcoin will also fall down. And this is where I will DCA in the upcoming weeks. I don't know what is going to happen. If it crashes more, I buy a bit more. However, I do think that I know where is the biggest support, and that is where I'm going to buy the most. And that is at $20,000. Now, $20,000 obviously is a huge psychological support because $20,000, right? So many people are buying there. But also there is a CME gap. Okay, I think you can see it here. You see, it's a big gap. Okay, we need to fill that gap. So that would mean that if Bitcoin crashes back to just below 20,000 or actually at 20,000, then this CME gap will be closed. And yeah, that might be a big spring for the price. That might be just a pivotal point for Bitcoin. And that is what we are waiting for. So if Bitcoin crashes back here and you are brave enough to buy in there, that might be a very nice entry, because on the long term, as it stands right now, the Fed's behavior, the elections are coming up, halving is coming up, and everything what is going to happen in 2024 right now might be one of the best times to accumulate. That is what I'm doing, okay? It doesn't mean that it will not crash back. It doesn't mean that it will not crash further. We could even see a lower low, okay? A flash crash. That's fine. It's even better. However, if crypto has a future, which I think it has, and if you don't think that it has, then you shouldn't invest, then obviously the only way is up. So yeah, let's see EGLD, because EGLD is at 29,000. It would be good. 29, sorry. Yeah, 29,000 wouldn't be that bad. But I'm sure that if EGLD would rally to 100k, okay, and making like all the community rich, and would crash back to 29,000 in the next 5 years, we would see lots of people crying about it. I'm 100% sure about that. Okay, I am 100% sure about that. But EGLD right now is at $29, and what we can expect? Well, we do have right now this support. However, if Bitcoin crashes back to 20k, I don't think that EGLD will hold this. Right now, I am just speculating with the psychological levels, to be honest. $25, $20. I don't think that we will crash back that much, but if it does, if it reaches those levels when pain will be max, then it will be a time to buy in with a bigger sum. Until then, obviously DCA. Now, many people are buying in with bigger sum at every crash, and they invest money which they can't really afford. That's not great, okay? In these times, when everything seems a bit bearish and we don't really know where it's going to go, it's better to stay out. Not financial advice, but it's better to lose some opportunity than lose lots of money or being unable to withdraw lots of money which you need in the next month. Okay, right now it's not the time to risk a lot. Right now it's the time to accumulate, to DCA in a normal manner. This is not the get rich quick scheme. Okay, that will come probably end of this year when everything crashes, and I mean stock market, S&P 500, and it brings down the whole crypto market. That will be the time to invest a bigger amount of money. Until then, I am just DCAing. Just a disclaimer, I'm going to travel in the next one week. Therefore, the videos will be a bit random. However, I will try to cover everything from the most random places. It might be from the middle of the forest or the backyard of my parents' house. So yeah, press the notification button so you can see my interesting backgrounds, and I see you in the next video. Take care.